I'm doing amazing. How are you?
I'm doing well. But I'm so excited to chat to you on the UK's biggest chart, straight off the back of the Grammys win. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's saying that to you, but it probably isn't getting boring at all hearing that.
No, not at all. I receive it every single time. It's such a cool accomplishment, and I'm grateful.
I mean, look, the world was watching you. Burst into tears, and rightly so. What was that moment like when you heard your name? I just really want to put myself in your shoes for a minute.
You know, it's interesting because I hadn't really been thinking about the award because I was so focused on the performance.
Right.
So it was like the moment that Cardi B was opening up the card.
Yeah.
I was like, what if I don't win? This is so embarrassing. No. And then she announced my name and I was just like, wow.
Yeah, and it all just all the emotions came. All the emotions came from that. Is it like a whirlwind, or did you take? Is that like any moment that you do remember from that? I guess brief period where your name was mentioned, you walked up to that stage, and all of that happened, or was it all just like a dream, a fever dream?
It really did feel like a dream, but it was also like all the emotions and pent up things of just I've been working so hard for so long. It's like it all just spilled out in that moment, and I just felt like I was sucked into the present. I was overly present. It was crazy.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh my God, no, I obsess over it. I watch it over and over again, and I'm like, what is that? What did I could have did better there, but I'm trying not to do that.
No, I mean, I guess when you put all those hours in, you are going to pick little things apart. That's why I completely understand it. And how's the reaction been from back at home? Because look, you're from Tampa. Not many artists, in fact, I don't know of any other artists at the moment that are in the mainstream like you are that have come from Tampa. So how's the reaction been back at home?
Is so lit up right now. I feel like my city is on fire. Everybody is really, really inspired and supportive, and it's crazy right now. Tampa is really up, and I'm excited for the next group of artists to come out of Tampa. We need more artists out of there. So
I wanted to know as well, have you always been as confident as you seem? And where did that come from? How did you get to be the person you are?
Absolutely not. No, I have always been this confident, but I think that my confidence comes from little spurts, taking risks and having them work out. It builds confidence. It's okay, let me just try this thing. And then you start to trust yourself a little bit more. And I think the more you trust yourself, the more confidence you develop. And that's where I am.
Do you remember the biggest, I'm actually maybe the first risk you took that I guess took you out your comfort zone and taught you that?
I would say I remember it was during the pandemic. I had lost my job and I spent my last unemployment check that I was getting. I spent it on a music video, and that was a risk. And it ended up paying off because the music video it was for Yucky Blucky Fruitcake, which was my first viral hit.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Oh, by the way, and that's reminded me of those videos that have resurfaced since the Grammys win, where you're like, I'm going to go to the record labels, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Found that super, super inspiring.
Thank you. It's not easy at all, but I think that I don't know, sometimes you have to embrace and you have to improvise a lot as an artist. And that's the biggest tip or inspiration I would give any artist. Just improvise and keep going.
Yeah, you got to. You kind of don't have a choice, really, if you want to make it work. Look, this tune has been blowing up. It was huge before, but the Grammys performance has just made it go, whoo. Can you tell us the story behind it? How long has this song been in your life?
Oh my God. I mean, this is one of those records that you don't expect to blow up. It's you have an intention for one song to blow up, and then the one that you least expect gets really big. This is one of those records for me. I wrote it at one of the lowest points of my life, and I just wanted to make fun of how horrible my life was, and it resonated with people.
Yeah, it did. I guess you've done it in such a fun, playful way that it can be enjoyed on so many levels, I guess. What I want to know is, did you ever imagine the radio edit of this song? Because I've got this clip here. You know, we're not getting much of it in the UK. It's every other word that we're allowed to play. I don't know if you ever thought about that when you were first writing it.
This is actually the first time that I'm hearing the radio edit. Right. I haven't heard it, so that's actually crazy.
Yeah, people need to go and appreciate the full version. As good as the radio edit is, I guess, you had nothing to do with that editing process. Some poor producer
I
had to
think
go through and
that
duck
I
every
need
other
to go
word.
back in the studio and work on a proper clean version.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. It might feel a bit fuller for us over here.
Yeah.
We'd appreciate that. It's work for you, but it would pay off. We'd appreciate it. What about the
Yeah.
breathing, though? I want to know how many takes that took in the booth. And how did you know when you got the right cut? Were you comping your own
Oh
vocals
my
for that?
God. Well, I was trying to. There's an art to beatboxing, and that's a technique that beatboxers do. I respect the craft. And it took me a really long time just to get that. So
Right.
respect to all the beatboxers out there. I think it probably took me about maybe 20, 21 takes.
That's
It's
actually
hard.
that's not as bad as I thought it would be, to be fair.
Okay.
But then when you're going through it, how are you going, yeah, that's the one. No, that's not the breath. No, that breath, that they fit together.
Yeah. Well, I was actually making up the cadence as I went.
Right.
And so it took me a while just to find the cadence and the beat that I wanted to do. And then I had to actually figure out how to breathe on beat. It's a whole thing. It was really difficult, but it was kind of fun too, you know?
Yeah. I've never heard that on a record before. So that's super fresh.
Yeah.
Also, the TikToks are going absolutely crazy for it. Have you got a particular favorite that you've seen? Do you go through the videos when the fans are using the sound?
I do. I love going through the videos. I think my favorite would have to be the little dance that people do to the breath.
Yeah.
And they do the little chest dance. It's super cute. I love it.
Yeah, they've tried to get me to do that here and it's not worked. So we never put it out. We never put it out. I was like, nope. I actually
all
don't.
good.
My rhythm is not as good as I thought it was for a DJ, which is quite weird. And I have to mention this because the fans are asking. You have been teasing this Jenny team up. What can you tell us about Extra L?
This anthem, I'm not even going to call it a song because it is an anthem,
Okay.
is incredible. The girls are going to absolutely love it, and the men will have to respect it. That's all I'm going to say.
Fair. Backed us into a corner. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. We shall wait with bated breath. Superstar. Hey, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Speak again
Bye.
soon. Have a good one.
Officially the UK's biggest chart show.
The EE official Big Top 40.